I'm gonna get something. Hello! Hello! Everyone was like, why is he late? If you're watching later, you of course don't know about it. But I was I went to the Lego store to get this. And Saber Knight says I got mine too. Nice, nice, nice. Me, I was he's late. He's polishing his Aloy toys. Partly right, partly right. So the set is out right now. Hey Jet Laner, good to see you. Maya, of course, as well. Great to see Maya again. Yakuza Hawaii finished. No need to grind the naval arena or whatever you're doing in that game. How's everyone? Happy Monday. Hey Melissa, good to see you as well. It's been going well. Again, it's been a kind of a busy day. So again, I went to the Lego store, got myself this. It was actually the launch kind of event. So as you might know, Guerrilla Games is set in, they're from Amsterdam as well. So just like me. So I went there, met up with them. They got the store 1 hour before it was going to open. So a lot of like people from the development team walked around there. And I had to go there to record some stuff from the set. So there will be a short TikTok reel coming up because I'm doing a giveaway. I'm giving away 3 of these. So on Instagram 1, on TikTok 1, and on YouTube 1. So if you want a chance to win the set, it's really cool. It features the features the Sawtooth, the Shellwalker, Aloy, and a Farl. And it's totally not. I think the tall neck immediately was like, oh my god, this looks insane. They're kind of going for a different approach, more a play set where you're expected to play more with it. It's totally more focused on a younger audience, but still, especially the machines are really, really cool builds. So even if you are not planning to play with it, it is cool to put them anywhere in your house or wherever you put your Lego pieces if you're into that. But they're so awesome. Looking Soul, your thanks. Blink twice if you have a review copy for Shadows. What? Wait, we're gonna try that again. Why is blinking on command hard? Building a Thunderjaw right now. I want the Thunderjaw Lego set. I want that too. I want it. So, how's everyone been doing? Is anyone playing Monster Hunter? Because I'm having I had a good time with it. I now moved on. But it's been nice. It's been nice. I'm gonna work on getting a folder ready for Joyce. We should probably record our first topic in a moment here, so Joyce can prepare that. That laugh is a yes. When do you think we see the Horizon multiplayer game? So of course, I was looking around, see if anyone was giving away any info on it while I was at the event, the Lego event. Now, I'm kidding, but I mean we should hear about it soon. They actually opened up some new job openings the other day. So if we go to my homepage, the Guerrilla job posting website. Director of Product Management. If we look here. As a director of product management, you will be a key member of the core leadership team responsible for the development, launch, and live phase of a new online experience targeting a broad audience set in the Horizon universe. Again, this game is they have big plans for this game. You will optimize the performance of this exciting new title from the inception through its entire life cycle, which is interesting because it has been in development for 7 years already. Role based in Amsterdam, but yeah, their performance growth, their multiple platforms. We of course know the game is coming to PlayStation and PC. Develop the performance, measure strategy for the development, launch, and live phase, including market rollout. So, long story short, I really think we see it during the summer event. So that would be May or June. That is my bet, at least. But it's exciting, nevertheless. Do you think it's going to be Horizon 3? Arkham Knight? No, I think it's not going to be Horizon 3. So we will still get, like at the end of Forbidden West, it was clear that, and Burning Shores, it's clear that they have at least one more chapter with Aloy planned. They already announced, basically, in a job opening where they were talking about the online game for the first time. They also said, hey, and we're going to continue to develop single-player adventures with Aloy. But yeah, that game, it is interesting because I think we saw Forbidden West 2.5 years after Zero Dawn, right? So Zero Dawn came out 2017. Okay, 3.5 years. So 3.5 years Forbidden West got revealed because it was like summer 2020. And yeah, we will probably have we will not see Horizon 3 next year, I think. Because that would also be 3.5 years, right? Or no, that would be now. Yeah, Forbidden West was 2022. So, okay, yeah, that's what I was getting at. So, if they follow the same roadmap, we would see Horizon 3 this summer, which would be wild. But yeah, they want to focus on the online game first. I don't think it's smart to announce both titles. So, also with them way more focused on the online game, 3 is going to be later than, I think, normal. Or, yeah, I think 2028, 2029, potentially for that. Which is far away, but again, the online game takes the focus right now. Hey, Yandi. Hey, Vassy as well. Good to see you guys. Do you think there will be a God of War announcement on the 20th of March? Maybe a remake. So the 20th of March or the 22nd of March is the 1-year anniversary for God of War. There are really rumors about a Greek saga remaster, remake. Kratos going back to Greece for a spin-off game. Something is going to happen. Big, as we talked about in the Sunday video, big insiders that usually are correct are talking about it. So I totally think we will see it, but it depends on what it will be. I am really lowering my expectations. I think we might see like a way to play the older games on PS5, but nothing more. But somewhere I think it might be a spin-off God of War game where it's like, yo, we're going back to Greece. It's like a shorter Miles Morales title. Let's go. We're already in March, which is crazy, by the way. Stream for March 3rd. Okay, so Maya with the honest thoughts on Yakuza Hawaii. Here are my thoughts. Ship combat, some aspects are better in Black Flag, other in Pirate Yakuza. Exploration is better in Black Flag, shipboarding, crew management, combat are astronomically better in Pirate Yakuza. That's awesome. Maybe the remaster will improve those aspects too. And what is interesting, we're going to talk about that in a moment. But seems like Ubisoft is trying to save Skull and Bones. They have some big plans for it. So we're going to look at that. But I first want to do a real quick Assassin's Creed Shadows, like tiny update, going over some fun things that we can then yeah, that we can then publish as well. So thanks to Maya for the super chat, and yeah, Joyce was already spotted in the chat. So let's get into it. Arkham Knight is asking, are you excited for Adamfall? I think it looks interesting. Dennis is actually working on a video for it right now that should be up tomorrow or Wednesday on the channel. So yeah. I'm just waiting for Shadows now, just doing some side quests in Pirate Yakuza in the time of, yeah, so my Shadows will be here before you know it. It's getting close now. Let's see. I'm still waiting on, I teased it in the Sunday video as well, something fun is going to happen on Thursday, but I don't think I can say much more. So keep an eye on the main channel for that, which is going to be fun. So I hope you guys show up for that too. Okay, let's get going and go to... Oh, Saber Knight shared the Thunderjaw sort of fake Lego set, or like not fake, but like it's different. That actually looks pretty cool. I want this too. I want this. They need to get the legit one, but I really think the Thunderjaw will be similar to will be similar to what the Tall Neck did. But I'm curious if they are able to make this set a success as well, because again, it's more focused on the younger audience, more playful. Although again, the machines, for the price that they're sold, I think it's a great set if you love Horizon. No more delays for Shadows, 100%. No more delays. Monster Hunter is holding me over till March 22. Yeah, Kenny, totally get that. I mean, that's perfect. They really, with the delay, gave us 3 extra weeks from Monster Hunter till Shadows, which is great. Hey, really, really great. Okay. What I want to do is the following. Let's get the show on the road, as we always say. Yeah, Shadows will not be delayed anymore. When do you think we see Ghost of Yotei? I also think that will be during the summer event. If I have to bet, I think we see Death Stranding will of course have an event in March. Soon, right? I think that game is launching sooner than we expect, maybe May already. And then I think the June or May State of Play or PlayStation Showcase will have Ghost of Yotei, and I think that will launch in September. That's my prediction right now, but we will see. We also have Sirantic. Hey, love your videos. I hope I pronounced that right. It's a hard name, and I am sorry for the Twitch people. I will grab the chat there too. Let me see. Yeah, Marcus and Maggie, I saw your tweet. What you've got cooking on Thursday? Again, I can't say yet. Will Black Myth Wukong get DLC? And Beste is asking. Yeah, that they already announced that. Do you think AC Stardust could be Rogue as well? I agree. AC1 is still more likely. AC Stardust is the remake that has been rumored. I don't know. I think it's gonna be AC1. And DJ Dupree asking, what's up? Wondering if AC Mirage is still gonna get the DLC or not. It's just a rumor right now, but it is an interesting one. I'm gonna say 2 stars on the rumor roundup rating board. I would not like hold your breath for it, but it does seem to be happening. Your Fate is asking, was wondering if you know we will be able to upgrade the standard digital edition of Shadows to the deluxe one. I think so, Fate. What they usually do is in the Helix store have like a deluxe edition option, or you can just get the outfit pack that is included in the deluxe edition, basically the thing you want, as like a separate purchase. So you can totally upgrade if you want. We all know what JorRaptor's cooking. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if you guys know. Okay, let's go. Let's do a low-key AC Shadows update. Ubisoft Ubisoft is listening to feedback for Assassin's Creed Shadows. When I saw this, I was like, this is good stuff. I will get over it. I want to go over some small news items for Shadows. Ubisoft shared some big new gameplay that's kind of been making the rounds. So let's have a look at Yasuke here.
You would too.
Yeah. That I love. Like the kick was always, of course, always in the game. Even Valhalla had one as well. Kick of Tear, of course. But being able to like kick through the Soji door is so awesome. And it looks great. Love how the first guy is not even a target, but the Naginata's range is pretty great. So he dies as well. That is totally the most brutal finisher you can do in the game. I do hope there are enough finishers, because I now played the game, of course, early. Was invited by Ubisoft, and I already saw the same finishers a couple of times. So I hope there are still some finishers in the main game that we don't know about yet. So yeah, people are excited about this. It was interesting that people were surprised by the dismemberment in this video, and I was like, where have you guys been? Because there is always dismemberment in this game. Of course, Valhalla had brutal finishers. Shadows is taking that in some regards to a new level, but you can of course tweak that if you don't want it. And in the Japanese version, it's off by default. So when I went to Japan and I played the game there, there were no dismemberment features, which was interesting. Let's keep going. We got some other news here. Sapphirus, I'm not sure if you're in the chat there, but yeah, seems like the preload date for Assassin's Creed Shadows will be March 18th at 12 a.m. So probably your local time. Then you also see the pre-order stuff. So, and yeah, the DLC will of course not be part of that. That will be launching later. But yeah, you can already see that if you pre-order the game, you of course get the DLC. But it's awesome. And the game seems to be around the 86 gigs on PlayStation 5. There might be like an update on top of that too. But yeah, nice that you can download that beforehand. And on March 18th is also when the reviews are supposed to go live. So you will see the reviews, game starts downloading, you are ready to go. So in regards to the feedback, so they dropped a new article. I went over it in my most recent video on the main channel as well. And when I read this, there was one part that just stood out to me that I thought was really, really awesome. So if we scroll down, let's see. It's a large article, but this part in particular is cool. Following feedback we received after the preview event for Assassin's Creed Shadows, we've also recently added Yasuke and Naue icons on items looted in the world, so have a better understanding of who this new item is meant for. And if you're like, okay, what is this about? Well, if you follow the main channel as well and the Assassin's Creed coverage, then you know that at one point we did a video. Here it was, let's see, February 7th, where I talked about the fact that I was like playing, and yeah, you constantly loot items. So here with Naue, I have to remove my hat for this, but here you see, okay, with Naue, I'm looting a cannonball. So this is clear, right? Naue cannot use that heavy mace, so that makes sense. But if we continue and we see Yasuke here, okay, this also makes sense. It's a headgear for Naue. This is not what he uses. So you kind of understand it. But then at one point I picked up a katana. And we know that both Yasuke and Naue can use a katana. So I was like, okay, the katana of the... Is this like for Yasuke or Naue? So I went into the menu and I could not see this weapon that I just looted, simply because it was for Naue. And if we like compare the two, you really see that, okay, so yeah, you loot one of the two items, like you do see, okay, so this katana is a bit more to the right here. If you like see it in this side to side, you can see some comparisons, like the saya, the side, yeah, the thing where you put your blade in. is larger, but if you just see the pop up, you don't know who the thing is for. It's even worse for the trinkets. Let's see. So here I'm getting a trinket. And it's like, okay, because both characters have these trinkets, so I went into the menu again. I did not see it. Let's see. I think we have a comparison of the trinkets here in a moment as well. Yeah, you cannot see who it is for. So I think it's just really awesome that what they now did is, and we don't have footage of what this looks like yet, but it is basically an icon from their head on the loot icon. So then every time you pick something up, you're like, okay, this is a Yasuke piece, this is a Naue piece. And I think it's just really awesome. And that is also what this delay allowed them to do. If the game, because the preview event was mid-January, and then the game came out on February 14th. That was the original plan. So even if we had this feedback, they never had time to implement it. But now with the delay to March 20th, they could incorporate feedback like that. And it just, for me, as someone who's been following Ubisoft games and covering them, talking about them for a long time, it really feels like a nice step. And it kind of reminds me of what I think went wrong with Star Wars Outlaws, because I remember going to preview events for that game too, and many people I talked to, like many other creators, and even during my interview, I was like, what is the deal with Kate throwing her weapons away and we cannot use them, and why can we not hold them on a speeder or something? And then they of course later added that, but I really think that if they during those preview events listen to feedback as well, because a ton of people were like, yo, these stealth missions with the insta-fill, they're not great. Yo, it's weird that I only have a blaster and then I find a sniper when everyone is already dead and I cannot take it to the next camp. So I think that Outlaws would have really benefited from them listening to feedback from preview events as well, because then the update they released in November, where they added all the things, like, right, this is another change they made. So normally in this part of the game, when you get spotted by the enemies, insta-fill, you go back to the start of this area. Now you can like fight like you would, like, okay, I'm getting spotted, that sucks, let's just fight my way out of it. That was first not possible. If you did this, it was like, oh, I'm getting caught and it's over. And I just think it's like pretty obvious. Okay, listen to feedback, implement it. But obviously, game directors and people in charge of the game, they have a vision for the game, and they sometimes are not open to feedback. And that's, I think, what we usually saw for Star Wars Outlaws. And then a few months later, they still went back on those things, on their vision basically, and added the things that we actually wanted. So I think it's cool to see that with Shadows, they're already doing that before launch. And I hope like we already know, the black and white filter, where if you take out an enemy, if you assassinate them, that is also something they seemingly are looking into, to turn that off. So that is, I think, already exciting. And I think it's just a good trend, right? That they're listening to feedback from the creators, people, the press that are playing it, from people online. So maybe, I'm saying fingers crossed, they will add the helmets to the cutscenes. That's, I know, another like big thing people have been asking for. Of course, something that wasn't possible in Odyssey 2. Just such a small thing, you think, right? And something you just want. If you find this cool hood, you want to wear it in the cutscene too. But so yeah, I hope they look into it. But I'm just more optimistic about them really quickly implementing feedback that I think really improves the game. So I think this is a positive thing. Let's continue a bit, because we also have Nick here, who is a production manager at Ubisoft on Assassin's Creed Shadows. You all aren't prepared to see what we've been cooking for Assassin's Creed Shadows. again, we're in March now. The game is a little over 2 weeks away at the time of this recording. The marketing has been kind of slow still, but we know Assassin's Creed marketing can go crazy. So I'm really expecting a game overview trailer, a post-launch trailer, hopefully, although maybe with the Animus Hub things have changed. Yeah, because they already kind of announced the first DLC, etc. But again, I really think they can still turn it up. They can still, hopefully not spoil too much, but I do think it would be great for them to kind of give us an idea. Right now the game seems pretty small, I think, because we only saw one area. They just have shown like random environments where the seasons change. I think it's good for them to, okay, but there's actually a ton you can do. These are the activities, etc., without spoiling too much of the story. So I can't wait for it. They also shared a GIF of, and the quality is not that great, but I think we can still look at it, of a blog post they're still planning to do. So yeah, there will be like an out or like a hideout blog post. So they will talk more about the hideout feature. Of course, we talked about it on the channel already, but I think it's cool that I only played with the hideout feature for less than an hour and was kind of overwhelmed, and I really wanted to focus on, okay, what are the gameplay benefits of the Forge and all that sort of stuff, where you can engrave your items, upgrade your weapons. But like, I really think that this blog, as you already see here, if you have played around a lot with this feature, I think you can really go crazy with it. And yeah, I hope this blog post with the new gameplay really shows some of the cool things the developers who have been working on this for multiple years have kind of made. Because I really think that this feature will elevate Shadows to a new height in terms of like word of mouth and social media, oh my god moments. In terms of, whoa, did someone really make this? And it might go the rounds. And I think it's going to be very, very cool. So, of course, let me know if you're excited for Shadows. Subscribe for more. And, of course, like, really, I can't wait to get started with the Shadows coverage again. And, yeah, play the game at the same time as you, etc. So, check out our recent video by clicking on the screen. And I will speak to you soon. Goodbye. We have a new super chat there. Thanks, Jay. Appreciate you. Is Outlast a good game now? Also free roam today? Well, Jay, thank you for the super chat. Let's see. I wanted to put the video in the drive, Joyce. You can work on it. Boop. So I think Outlaws right now, and for people who played it, I think it's I don't know how expensive it is right now, but personally, I think it's worth your time if you're like me, a fan of the Ubisoft games. But maybe for like $20, I think it's an easy sell. Especially if you can get that first DLC. That first DLC. And I can like show you some gameplay right here. And I never had that with a Ubisoft game before. Or maybe the Division 2, now that I think of it. Because the Warlords of New York expansion is 1 or 5 years old. Love that DLC. But I rarely had, let's say rarely, almost never, I think that we can put it that way, had that a DLC for a Ubisoft game is better than the main game. And I really think that for Outlaws, this expansion where you go into this casino is really, really well done. So you go do this back tournament. So also, if you played the game and have not played the DLC, it's like 1 hour long. This segment in particular, and the other segment is like 2 hours long. So in total, it's like 2.5 hours. I totally recommend it. So I think Outlaws is a good game for sure. It's like a 7 out of 10 for sure. I would rate the DLC, especially that first part, 8 out of 10 easily. Like again, this section is amazing. But yeah, I still think there are just some core issues with this game where that just hold it back from really reaching an amazing, like a big height. And that is mostly just the fact that Kay as a character is just not as exciting to play as, say, a Cal with a lightsaber. I think that's the biggest issue. But that is, again, just a core thing with this game. It's on sale on Steam for $35. $35 with the DLC or without? When is the next State of Play or Summer Showcase? Is it going to be this month or next month? Arkham Knight, it's going to be May, end of May, early June at the earliest. Yeah, I plan on waiting to go until it goes in price. Yeah, Saber Knight, I think that's the smart decision. They will still do the final DLC for the game in spring. So that will be April, May. I, again, have high hopes. I love this first DLC. Now, the DLCs are made by separate teams, which I think is very telling. That I like the DLC more than the main game. But, yeah, I would say wait. I totally think at one point there will be a good moment to jump back in. And I'm really curious if they are going to do another update in spring that, yeah, improves the game even more. I think that would be cool. Give Kay like a jetpack, or like make her a more exciting character to play, like a really fun. Yeah, I want. She has to just get some cool, maybe not powers, but a cool power fantasy in a way. Jay, so no free roam today. We never do free roam on Monday, so free roam is always on Wednesday. So I think we are going to do one on Wednesday. Depends on if Luke is available. I need to get the DLC. I like the base game even before the fixes. Well, Jay, yeah, then you should totally get the DLC. DLC is not that expensive. Bro, I'm about to get Failguard on PlayStation Plus. Maybe it should go to PlayStation Plus. Yeah, I mean, Star Wars Outlaws I do think will at one point reach the PS Plus and Game Pass. But I think Ubisoft still wants to get more money out of it because I don't think they turn a profit on this. So I think they want to get to that level first and then hopefully, hopefully get it. Are you playing Monster Hunter Wilds and what do you think of the game? I have played a lot of Monster Hunter Wilds. I love it. I think it's really, really good. It's, for me, the perfect kind of relaxed game where you can just press up on the D-pad, have your mount go to wherever you want. Then you have to really, okay, now I have to fight this monster. It is, I totally get the it's too easy comments because it is. I was kind of in the mood for that because it still has those cinematic moments. You still feel like you still have to pay attention in a way. It's not like a walk in the park, but if you kind of know how to play Monster Hunter, it's very easy. But yeah, the outfits are amazing. The core loop is just so well oiled in that game. Like it's like they really, really improved a lot of aspects that would hold back regular people usually from enjoying the series. And yeah, I wanna get back and play more of it when I have more time. But yeah, from what I've played, I've been having a great time. And as I talked about on the Free Roam podcast or here as well, I've been playing it a lot on the PlayStation Portal. So of course, Monster Hunter, a handheld game first and foremost, at least back in the day. So playing it on the Portal has been great. It's a bathtub game, as Samaya says, yeah. Are you gonna play any of the upcoming big titles like Dying Light, Death Stranding, or Mafia? Yeah, I think all of them, for sure. Let's see. What is up with the Jizz? The Jizz is talking in an alien language in the Twitch chat. Vanquisher, also something I liked is that they say that if you have a good roll on epic gear, they can be better than legendary gear. Yeah. That's of course talking about shadows. Yeah, that's interesting. It really seems that grinding for epic gear is gonna be another part of it, just like in Odyssey. And yeah, Valhalla did not have any of that. So Let's hope it's actually like really impactful and it makes sense. But I so far have high hopes. Looking at the perks they showed in that progression article, that the gear you find in Shadows is going to be very impactful. NPK 5000 is saying, any plans on playing Rise of the Ronin on PC? No. I will never play Rise of the Ronin again, I'm sorry. I tried going back to it at one point, but that game, I wanted to love it. The first trailer was amazing, but so I had this high hope for it, and then I played it, and I totally get why people might like it, but the structure for me is not okay. It's like 2 games in one. It's the big open world and the very linear, instanced main missions that are all the same. No. It's already been taken care of. Okay, thanks, Brock. Indiana Jones for PS5 in April. Is it just is it confirmed? Or I think it was. I know that it was. Rise of the Ronin is on my wishlist. Well, Samaya, you are warned. You can better play Shadows probably. Oh. Oh wow. I think I moved the microphone too many times. That. Okay, that's crazy. That it just... I just destroyed it. Okay. How did I... Okay, this is a makeshift solution. I do think I have to fix it after the stream. The comment was good though. It kind of was, for sure. Brian says, you think if it was linear it would have been better? No, I think if it was less predictable it would be better. It felt like less linear in a way. Like the main story missions had to exist in the world and not with like a loading screen, and the fact that you always had the 2 bosses and then the final boss. I wanted more variety in the main missions in particular, and because of that structure, because of them needing 2 mini bosses and 1 big boss, they used store your companions as bosses, and you're like fighting till the death. You see blood flying around everywhere. In the next mission, you're fighting alongside each other, and you don't even remark the situation. You don't even say, "Yo, I just almost killed you," but yeah, that's fine. It was really weird. It took me out of the experience. Fully open world, better fighting. Yeah. Alex saying, how many copies Shadows will sell in the first week? 2 million, 2.5 million. Do you think Ubi will improve the facial animations in Shadows? I hope so, Chris. From what we've seen pre-launch. In that case, I will just wait for Shadows. I really want a good AC game. Yeah, I mean, again, a review should be dropping March 18th. So, yeah, you can still pre-order, get the DLC for free. Yeah. And all that good stuff. Okay, let's move on because we got more news. We got more news. Doo-doo. And what basically, and what are you guys like? We've now been doing this stream for some time. What are you guys thinking of the sort of like, I want to do these more focused topics where I kind of focus on the video and look less at the chat. But what are you guys thinking about that? Because then I can post those videos on the YouTube channel, so we have some content going up that I can record during the stream, which I really like. But yeah, and then in between we kind of talk. Is this like the format you guys like, or are there some improvements? Let me know. Arkham Knight is saying, do you think they're going to be side boss battles and Shadows like in Origins? We had to fight the gods. So I'm kind of worried about the whole lacking of mythical elements in Shadows, because it was such a really cool element in it was such a cool element in Origin, in Odyssey as well. I did not mind personally that I could like run into a cave and suddenly find an actual Minotaur, because added some surprising elements to the missions. I really think, and that's why I like The Witcher a lot, for example, as well. They say, okay, I found this monster in the cave, and you are like, okay, is this really a monster in the cave, or is this someone pretending to be a monster in the cave? And with grounded games, it's always someone it's never a real fantasy element. It's never, it's always, there should be a real reason why this is happening, and it's not like, no, it's an actual Minotaur. So I'm afraid with Shadows that they might fall into the trap, and there are also no animals in the game. We know that. So I'm also afraid that what they could kind of toy around with in the previous games was, okay, and whoa, there are all dead bodies here. Maybe it's a pack of wolves. Maybe it's a bear. Oh no, it's the bandits. It's Athens. So there were many options. And in Shadows, it's a humanoid enemy. It's always going to be a humanoid enemy. It's not going to be a mythical, I don't know, Oni warrior. No, it's grounded. It's not going to be a bear. There are no animals to fight. So I am worried kind of about that aspect. Will they have enough variety in that regard to make it interesting and still unpredictable? That's a good balance, SMI. Nice. I like it. Okay, yeah, that's cool. Brian says, I might not bother buying it then. Sounds all over the place regarding Rise of Ronin. Yeah, again, I really don't recommend that game. Another game I don't recommend. I don't know why I'm like, why we're doing a sort of Smash Brothers sound. I need to find one thing to round it out. Beep-beep, 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 okay, are you guys ready for a... I don't think you guys will see this one coming, so let's get into it. Is Ubisoft preparing a big comeback for Skull and Bones? Yes, we go over to their Twitter page where they say we have an important update for Skull and Bones. To read the full message, head over to the Reddit. To be honest, when I first read this, I was like, they're shutting down the game. This has to be the shutdown message, right? Spoiler alert, it's not. It's actually quite the opposite. So, they also shared this video. Let's have a look at this. They have an actual year 2 showcase for Skull and Bones. And there are quite some teases in this video. Yeah, we see bigger ships. Again, I played this game, or as you might know, I played this game at launch, did not like it, one bit. But like some people are saying big ships, and then they have like the eye emoji, so that's probably what it is. But I think the biggest thing, like a volcano is new as well, so a new region. But the biggest thing is this. Why would they show a pirate picking up a blade when right now there is no combat in the game? Right now in Skull and Bones, you will not need a sword. There are the cutscenes in the game. Let's see if we can like look at them. This is my Skull and Bones review from last year. I said I do not recommend it. Because all the on-foot combat was basically running around, interacting with pieces of things. It really reminded me of the Discovery Tour in Assassin's Creed. Okay, sometimes you would fire a cannon at like glowing barrels or something. Yeah, you would find the binoculars. That's cool. But overall, you were running around. There were shop vendors. But yeah, you could not fight or anything. You had no weapon. Okay, maybe you could use a rope, but that was like the most exciting thing. You could not even swim. We did not see swimming though in the year 2 thing, so I still don't think we are able to swim in this game. But yeah, it was all about finding treasure maps and running around, getting like in this pretty like small area. You would like find a treasure map, dig it up, and then get some sort of loot. That was the whole loop on food. And there were some cutscenes, I think. Let's see. It's been a while since I watched this video. Oh, here. So this is the oh my god. So you like go to a location. You're like, okay, let's plunder it. Cutscene plays. Your crew goes and plunders it. So going back to this, why show this? There are 2 options, and one is a joke. One, they maybe are like teasing the community in a way where it's like, you guys want this, we know we're not doing it, but here, have a new cutscene for a new season. I want to believe though that it's option 2, where they're actually figuring out how to have sword fighting in a pirate game. Because again, they put it at the end of this teaser for year 2. Why do that? Okay, so let's actually look at the message they have for people. Again, I really thought they were gonna shut it down. But to cut to the chase, we've made the difficult decision to extend the duration of Season 4. Okay, and delay the launch of the next major update. So basically, the new release date is now April 15th. It was first, I don't know, somewhere in March maybe. But yeah, they're extending events, which is great. But yeah, they're doing again a showcase as well. We have very ambitious and exciting plans for the future of our game. When I read that, I was like, okay, this is really the opposite of what I expected. I still think it's fascinating. And Ubisoft, of course, gets a lot of crap. Sometimes it's deserved, sometimes it's not. But I do think we can like applaud them for sticking to these games that we know probably did not really work out for them. We know Skull and Bones, like if we go to the Steam database right now, 185 players are usually like 185 or like 8,800. Now 185 players are live in the game right now on Steam. They launched it later on Steam, to be fair. Still though, I think they have like maybe 1,000 people in the game right now or something. It's not a lot. But they are sticking to it. They want to make this a thing, which again, I applaud them for that. It's not like all the other games, all the other live service games that get shut down when things are looking grim. But yeah, let's see. Some of which you might have got a glimpse of in the teaser we just shared with this message. Our team has been working extremely hard to deliver on our ambitions, and we believe that this additional time will allow them to refine their work, ensuring we deliver all Year 2 Season 1 content at the best quality. We can't wait to show you more about this and our plans for Year 2 during our showcase event on April 14th. I want to quickly look when April 14th is. I can't like look on my phone. Now I want to know. Okay, it's on a Monday. It's Monday, April 14th. Again, let me know in the comments in the chat what you think this all will be. We already had Tom Henderson talk about this as well. Of course, Tom Henderson from Insider Gaming has been right countless of times. Ubisoft plans to release Year 2 content for the quadruple A game Skull and Bones. That's according to sources who have knowledge of the plans of the Pirate Avenger game. Year 2 Season 1 is set to kick off sometime early next year. Now we now know that it will be in April, with brand new PvP game modes, places of interest, new world tiers, and more. So when I read this, I'm like, no, I don't care about this one bit. This is not for me. If they add sword fighting, though, I do think it has to be that will drastically change the game. So I am curious how they're gonna do that. But more on land stuff, if you can just do that and not worry about all the other grindy things, I think that could be cool. It's also understood that Ubisoft exploring more premium crossover events, with one source saying that one idea includes a Black Flag crossover event around the time of the release of the Black Flag remake, codenamed Obsidian. But whether or not that comes to fruition remains to be seen. And while still a rumor, Ubisoft did not confirm it yet. All they said, that is that remakes for Assassin's Creed games are coming, but the rumor has always been that it will be at the end of this year, probably October or November. So that is probably when that Skull and Bones crossover, if they're doing one. That would be stupid to not do one, right? Like, I think if they launch Black Flag, the remake, and then have the on-foot gameplay update for Skull and Bones, where you can actually do some pirate stuff on land, that would be sick. I do think that would help maybe get more people. I love the Black Flag remake. I want to get more of this. I want to invite my friends. Whoa, Skull and Bones has this update. Let's check it out. I think that's best case scenario. It will. So yeah, it might be a surprise. However, sources tell me that Ubisoft is fully committed to continuing the game's support, and that the player numbers might surprise people. 185 on Steam is not very good, but yeah, again, it might be bigger elsewhere. Still, Insider Gaming could not verify the game's current player count. At the time of writing those, Skull and Bones get a shy of 200 concurrent players in 24 hours on Steam. Again, that's still the same, so that's really not a lot. But yeah, let me know what you think of all this. I really hope. Yeah, would a on-land gameplay for the game bring you back, or at least make you curious, or are you like, I'm never gonna play Skull and Bones, or I'm never coming back? I'm curious, of course. Subscribe for more, and I will speak to you soon. Goodbye. gameranx says, I love those AC figures on your back. Yeah, and soon the Shadows pieces will, of course, be added, which is exciting. It's gonna have sword combat. That would be sick, Jay. Luke is gonna love this so much. Oh, yeah. Yor, do you think Ace Shadows will release Awake early? Why? No. I think Steam database is a very accurate way to know the actual player counts. Wukong had 20 million players and only reached 2 million counts. That is true, but 185 is still not a lot. So even if it's like 10 times more, that's also still not a lot. When are we getting Black Flag? Again, October, November is the rumor right now. DRTVN. Draven. What was the name? I think you said it right. I like this format because it feels like we're part of the show. That's cool. Maybe they are keeping it alive for the Black Flag remake. Again, yeah, that would be best case scenario, right? Where, like I said, if Black Flag remake comes out, they have the on-land stuff as well. After Pirate Yakuza, I have zero interest in Skull and Bones. To be fair, Samaya, I mean, I get it, but to be fair, like, you have finished Yakuza. Oh my god. You have finished Yakuza now, so... Or maybe you had your fill, your pirate fill, which I get. In Shadows, do you think when switching character while open world roaming, they will just switch in place, or will you transport to the last location of that character? Lucas, we already know that you will... It's like Syndicate. They will switch in place. Although, I think it's like... Again, this is just a... Oh, it's not a great solution for now. But I during interviews, they said that they were actually figuring things out in terms of... Or if a character would be in one spot and you would switch to them, you would still be in that spot. So I think it's interesting that they're saying that, or that from what we played, you would just appear in the exact location. But there are activities that are exclusive to one character. So it would suck that if you reach that with Naue and Yasuke can only do it, you then switch to Yasuke, he's at the other side of the country. You're like, okay, what the heck? So then you have to go all the way back to that activity with Yasuke. That's not very nice. So, it seems right now... It's gonna fall again. It's gonna fall again. It seems though right now that... it is... yeah, it is just that you switch and then appear in the place that you currently are with the previous character. Hey, Skata, good to see you. Dre, okay, nice. I will say Dre from now on. Hey. Dafera, your sound is very low, really? Oh yeah, sorry, it's better now, right? GTA 5 pulled it off. Yeah, I get it, but GTA 5 did not have character exclusive activities, right? In the open world. Sound should be better now, let me know. There's one more topic. I actually have a concert tonight. Who knows? Franz Ferdinand. You guys do, right? You guys do. Let's see. Going there tonight. It did, I think, really. I don't remember that. Trevor did. Oh yeah, okay. That is awesome. Take Me Out. Yeah. Will be and I like the new album they put out as well. So yeah, it's better. Great. Okay, let's do one more thing. Let's see. Can we... Let's see what I'm gonna do. I just got... Beep, beep, beep. Enjoy French Ferdinand. Thanks, Leonard. Have you played Expedition 33? We had the option, but I did not have the time. And to be fair, I want to just play that game from the start without losing progress, if that makes sense. So
Hogwarts Legacy deals.
Oh, Dennis, what is going on? Let's do this one. Thanks, Ethan. Do you think they tried to have AI control the unplayable character and it didn't work with the current design of the game? You know, in Sky, you mean in regards to shadows? I don't think they tried that. No. Like, somehow they have an issue with that. Avatar also did not have any AI combat companions, which was kind of like the moment you knew that, all the missions were, they kind of lost me because it was always, oh yeah, you should help me fight this, fight the RDA over there. Oh, but my legs hurt, I can't help. And the moment you knew, okay, there's just no combat AI for all these NPCs, then just, yeah, it kind of lost its magic for me. I do see a lot of people having played Expedition 33, and I think they liked it, right? Doesn't seem interesting to me. I'm not sold on why the story or exploration is interesting. Okay, Samaya. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think the game looks really I like the story overall. This, of course, for people who don't know, this turn-based game, French developer, the graphics are insane, Unreal Engine 5, and I think the story is pretty interesting. So there's this tower. It has the people that live in this world see from a distance, and it has a number, and basically every year it counts down the number, but the number is an age. So if you are that age or higher, you disappear. But with the ages, of course, going up and the number going down, every year more and more people disappear. So at one point they're like, when the number is 33, we have to stop this because, yeah, this can't go on for much longer. So that's why this expedition, these people go and try to fight it, which I think is a very cool concept. So that already made me interested in the game, at least. Hey, Dino, thanks for joining and being the first chat. That's cool. Okay, let's do some Warner Bros. Stuff because, of course, that was the big news. We know the plans from Warner Brothers Games for the future, and I want to start with Hogwarts Legacy. So, as you might know, the sad news was that they basically shut down 3 studios, including Monolith Productions, Player First Games, and Warner Brothers San Diego. So those studios are sadly no more, especially Monolith. In terms of Wonder Woman, it's of course very sad that game also got cancelled. I loved Shadow of War, Shadow of Mordor. I will kind of get more into what happened there, but first I want to look at, okay, so they just put out Suicide Squad, that didn't work out. They just put out Quidditch Champions, which did not work out. Multiverse, of course, so Player First Games was the Multiverse developer, that is now also gone. What do they have? How do they plan to turn this around? And yeah, Hogwarts Legacy is basically their only big success in the last 10 years, so you could say. So yeah, they're doubling down on that. In the report from Jason Schreier, who also was one of the first to report on the fact that these studios were closing down, he says once again that there's DLC planned for the game, but also that the sequel, which is further out, DLC in the form of the Definitive Edition, as I showed you here as well, should include 10 to 15 hours of additional content, new story quests, side missions. So if you basically already own the game, you can just get this DLC separately. And I really think we will see it announced in the coming months. But yeah, the sequel is of course further away. And we also learned, which is exciting. So again, we had this interesting quote. And I say interesting, it was actually not that interesting. Or it was actually not that great. Rather than just launching one-and-done console games, how do we develop a game, for example, around Hogwarts Legacy and Harry Potter? That is a live service where people can live and work and build and play in that world on an ongoing basis. So that is what the Warner Brothers CEO said in regards to the future of Hogwarts Legacy. So when we all read that, we were like, okay, is the sequel going to be a live service? That's clearly what they want, but basically what was now confirmed is that no, Hogwarts Legacy 2 will just be a single-player game like the first one. And it would be so stupid of them. Then they would not have learned from all their previous mistakes, like the Suicide Squad game. So, happy about that, for sure. What else do they have? So we know James Gunn, of course, in charge of the DCU right now, went to both NetherRealm and Rocksteady to talk DC games. And in the case of Rocksteady, we know that they basically, here we have this Reddit post from Jason Schreier, who also appeared on the Kinda Funny Games cast, or Kinda Funny Games Daily. It was Spider-Man fan 77 put this post on Reddit. I listened to the whole thing as well, so this is like an easy way for me to talk about it, but I will add some extra context. So Schreier basically reconfirms Rocksteady is in early development of a new Batman game. If it is Batman Beyond, Jason could not say. But yeah, it is clear that Suicide Squad did not work. Let's go back to what did work. Still though, They just ended support for Suicide Squad. This game is going to be very far away. I think they started in the summer of last year. Obviously, a skeleton crew was working on the remaining Suicide Squad things. But yeah, they are coming back. It's going to be a while though, but that is at least good news, right? So the question then is, what about NetherRealm? Like, I really think like they want to still focus on Mortal Kombat as one of their big franchises. Mortal Kombat 1 was not as successful as 11 though, the previous title. So, it was 11, right? Or 12? Let me know in the chat. Either way. So, are they going back to Injustice? That is what this kind of sounds like to me. At least NetherRealm, super successful. They will totally stay around because I could all see a future where Rocksteady works on this Batman game and the founders of that studio left as well. They took a lot of developers with them. Do they still have it, right? Are they still able to release a quality Batman game? I hope they do. I think NetherRealm, again, is safer than a Rocksteady. Then we also have TT Games, that of course did the Lego games. They're working on a new Lego game that is planned to release next year. Jason doesn't say exactly what it is, but there have been rumors that it's a new Lego Harry Potter that adapts the whole franchise in the same vein as Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga. I think this is a pretty safe bet. It does feel kind of close to them. They re-released the Lego Harry Potter games pretty recently, but hey, have Hogwarts Legacy DLC this year, this Lego Harry Potter game next year, and then hopefully, that's at least probably what they want, the Hogwarts Legacy 2 in 2027. That way you have new Harry Potter content every year, and that does seem to be a focus for Warner Brothers. So another interesting thing regarding Gotham Knights. So we have Warner Brothers, Montreal, that of course worked on Gotham Knights after Batman Arkham Origins. So we learned that they were actually working on a Gotham Knights 1.5, and yeah, they basically wanted to have a smaller Miles Morales-like game. But it wasn't approved. So they wanted to take all the learnings from Gotham Knights, make a smaller game. I think that would have worked. Gotham Knights just did not sell very well, so that's why they kind of did not go ahead with it. But as of now, they are pitching a new game based on Game of Thrones. So the Gotham Knights team making a Game of Thrones game, a AAA Game of Thrones game. It's kind of wild to me that we still have not seen a AAA open world action RPG in the Game of Thrones world. But that is totally something that Warner Brothers at least wants to do in the coming years. Although, if they're now pitching it, this is going to be like a 2030 game at the earliest. Because, Gotham Knights was in development for a long time too. And then, we also, Monolith, sadly, that of course is gone. I talked about it in the Sunday video as well, of course, on the main channel. Every Sunday we round up the gaming news. I wanted to go a bit more in depth on the Wonder Woman stuff there because it's such a fascinating story and also kind of a sad story, because at the point they arrived at, I totally get why they did not do it, but I do think if management was better, then we would have seen then maybe it could have worked out. I want to thank Leonbard, by the way, for the super chat. For those that bought the Shadows Collector's Edition with the physical disc, should they expect to get the big box by launch day? I mean, of course, that's how the Collector's Edition worked, right, Lionbeard? So I hope that answers your question. I have my Collector's Edition for Shadows pre-ordered as well. So, I am expecting it very, very soon. So, just on March 20th as well. But yeah, that's usually how it goes, right? I want to look at this, and it's kind of sad to look at this. We go to a DC Cinematic Reddit where we see what the Wonder Woman game could have been. So this is concept art for the Wonder Woman game. it just looked awesome. I think the lasso mechanic, having the enemies tell the truth then or something, like that would be that. I think that's such a fun mechanic with the nemesis system, for example, fighting huge beast. This just looks insane. And I'm not even a huge fan of the character. I just saw a Shadow of War type game in the Wonder Woman universe. Like, look at how beautiful this world is. And I just, my imagination ran wild. And that was always my, a thing that I just did not really like about the Shadow of War and Shadow of Mordor games. It's in the title, it is in Mordor. Shadow of War already had more varied zones, but it was all gray, dark. Yeah, I like the more lush environments like what we see in Horizon or something. And this Wonder Woman game would have totally nailed that. So what basically happened is that after Shadow of War, they did not want to do a Middle-earth game anymore. So then they were like, hey, we made 2 great games. They sold well. Let's go and make a new IP. And Warner, like the bosses over there, they never said no to them. So the full Monolith Productions team worked on this new IP for 3 years. It was called Legacy. They wanted to do procedurally generated narrative stuff. So basically expand on what they did with the Nemesis system. But Warner already knew from the start that they were not going to release a new IP. They want their studios, from what we've seen from all their output, to work on the big franchises they already have. Because they own them, they don't have to give spend licensing fees, and then you already have a built-in audience. You can already work with, like, the marketing is less important because, oh, a new Batman game, I'm already on board, right? For some people, that's the case. So they worked on this new IP, went into meetings where it was always, what happened in this meeting? Like, did we get the green light? They did not say no, but they also did not really say yes. Then in early 2021, Warner finally said, yo, this new IP, it's not gonna work. Then all the management team, like the full leadership team, like 7 people from Monolith Productions left. They are now working on the Black Panther game with EA, an open world game set in that universe. So that is like immediately, okay, Shadow of War team. That is, I think, the silver lining is not the right word, but that's at least, it's really sad that Monolith Productions is gone, but at least they're not fully gone, if that makes sense. There are still very, very crucial people that worked on these games that are now making another exciting, like Black Panther also has the lush environments. Like, I do think an open world game set in that universe is gonna be very sick as well. And so yeah, I think that's at least nice that we did not lose every one of them. They also took more developers from Monolith, but yeah, then the people that stayed at Monolith Productions suddenly did not have any leaders anymore. They also lost a lot of people, and they did not have a game. So then, in the summer of 2021, they pitched Wonder Woman. They were like, okay, let's do that. But they also had to rebuild their studio. So while working on this brand new game, they were rebuilding their studio as well. They were working on their own engine. People that knew their engine very well, that usually would help with technical stuff, they were gone. So they had to figure things out. It was just very hard in general. And then in early 2024, they rebooted the game. They wanted to implement the Nemesis system in Shadow or in Wonder Woman and focus more on the friend aspect instead of the enemy aspect, so that your friends remember what you did, that you maybe have to save them, maybe they will turn on you. I think it could have been very cool, but they could not make it work. So they rebooted it, made it more into a God of War game, but in that early 2024 window when they did the reboot, they already spent $100 million on it. And it was like, at one point, you're looking at the current situation at Warner as someone who has to approve the budgets and be like, okay, so you already spent $100 million on this game. You're now rebooting it. How many years do you need? Another 4 years? Okay, then we're looking at 2028. $200 million. We have to market it as well. $300 million in total. How are we gonna get that money back on a Wonder Woman game that does not really have this built-in audience like the Middle-earth games. We don't even know if you guys can make it work before 20 or in 2028. It's too much of a bet. So again, the sad reality is that I do think it made sense for them to cut and run. And yeah, and I really wish all the developers obviously the best. I hope they can maybe work at Cliffhanger Games that are working on the Black Panther game, or find other work at and get to release a game. Because if you have been at Monolith Productions with Shadow of War and state they have not released a game in 7 years, and that sucks. So wishing them all the best. Again, in the near future, Warner will launch Hogwarts Legacy DLC, a new Lego game 2026, Hogwarts Legacy 2, maybe Injustice 3 from NetherRealm, a new single-player Batman game, and maybe a Game of Thrones AAA game. We will have to wait and see, though, how it all shakes out. But let me know, of course, what you think in the comments. Check out our recent video by clicking on the screen, and I will speak to you very soon. Goodbye. Live service games should die. I mean, they are good social games for people that want that. I'm never against like that. I would never say they have to die. I would never say that. Update on Pirates Fortune DLC release date, Star Wars Outlaws. Hey Mark, did we get that? No, not right. Sometimes we get like information during the stream, which is nice, but usually Monday is pretty slow. I'm looking at it, but I don't think we. I don't think we have it. But no, we don't. We only know. We only know spring. Gooseberry, what do you think of the Shrek 5 trailer? I liked Shrek 1. I enjoyed Shrek 2. Shrek 3 had one very funny joke. The rest of it wasn't great. The funny joke in Shrek 3 is where the bad guys go to the palace or something, and then they get a mail out of the mailbox, and they remove... let me see what it's called in English. Yeah, the postage stamp. The stamp. They remove the stamps. And then they put the mail back in, and that's their cruel joke. I know almost nothing from the other Shrek movies, but I do remember that joke, which cracked me up. But I don't know. Shrek 5, I couldn't care less. Could not care less. I mean, yours most awaited game about Horizon multiplayer is a live service game. It's true, Samaya. It's true. The worst part of the Nemesis system is patented, and now we won't see it for at least another 6 years. I will do you one worse. We won't see it for at least another 11 years. It's been patented until 2036. Which is crazy. Which is crazy. Thanks everyone for sticking around, for watching, of course. I'll be back next Monday. Maybe this week I'll have another stream on the main channel. Just keep an eye out for that. And of course, I will likely join Luke again on Wednesday on his live channel. So, hope you guys had a great time. I will be getting ready, having some food, and then going to the Franz Ferdinand concert. So, hope you have a great rest of the week. And yeah, I will speak to you very soon. Goodbye.